Welcome back to another episode of Fully Stoked Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Stokes, and I'm here with another fantastic and amazing female entrepreneur, Jasmine Walker. So go get you a copy of this. She's going to tell us a little bit about this later. She's also the principal agent at Brightway Agency. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Insurance. Ladies. So this is a man's world. We were just talking about that, but you can be a very successful woman in a man's world. So stay tuned for more of that. Let me introduce myself in case you've never watched Fully Stoked Podcast before. I am Sarah Stokes, and by day, I am a senior mortgage loan advisor with Coast to Coast Mortgage and Sarah Stokes Home Loans. But this is what I really love to do. I love to connect women, whether it's at networking events or speaking events or all kinds of great events or on this podcast. And I love to interview people like Jasmine. Jasmine has overcome a lot. She's an author. She is an entrepreneur. She's successful, and we have a lot to learn from her. So I'm super excited to hear your story, Jasmine. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And you are absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Well, thank you.
You are an empress.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I like this necklace.
Thank you.
It's fantastic. First of all, tell us a little bit about your book, because this is incredible. Discover Your Passion, Build Your Business. So it's all about building a business, right?
Yes, it is. It's basically, I built my agency, my insurance brokerage from scratch. And along my journey, along the way, I had clients who asked me to give them tips and just give them gems, basically to assist them along my journey and how I did it. They were just curious. After, throughout the years, I continued to get that question. So I said, you know what? The opportunity presented itself for me to write a book about my journey, because I had no assistance, no help. I had to learn everything through trial and error. And believe me, there were a lot of errors and trials and tribulations. Still is. There's definitely, it's supposed to be a challenge. So I wanted to, this is my contribution to any entrepreneurs, who is going through the same journey that I will go through, to kind of help them a footprint to how to rise up. And if they decide to go through the entrepreneur journey, just things that will help and assist them as they're building their business, whatever their passion they choose to do.
So chapter 1 is find your passion. I love that. Chapter 2, building your skill set. So this is laid out. Chapter 3, securing funding. This is all just really laid out, easy to understand. I love it. I think we should have a book study on this. I mean, it's not a hard read, guys. It's really not. It's about 150 pages. It's not too bad. I think this would be a great book study for a women's group.
On Amazon, very easy to purchase. A great gift for just any entrepreneur in your life.
So it's not just for women?
It's not just for women, just for entrepreneur focus.
Or maybe a kid graduating college or high school.
Absolutely, absolutely. To encourage them, to assist them, and to give them just basic encouragement to help them along their journey. Because I feel you're on an island of your own. It's more individuals who will not be for you.
Right.
Exactly. Are you crazy?
And how do you overcome it, right? With a plan.
Big time. This is a system to kind of help them, and to, the more popular way to do it is, everyone tell you to go to school.
Right.
We're not that popular. There's other ways to live a lifestyle, and this is kind of a book to kind of assist them with that.
I love it. So even if you wanted to do what I do, senior mortgage loan advisor, so that I'm a loan originator, in other words, you don't have to have a college education for that. You can go get your license and start. You have to go somewhere where they'll train you, obviously, and hold your hand and teach you things, right?
Absolutely.
Same thing. Is that the same thing for insurance?
It's the same. You have to get your state license. It doesn't help. It helps, of course, because you'll get other skills that you may need as far as public relations, marketing, things of that nature. But essentially, it's not a requirement.
So if you wanted to be an entrepreneur and you're a young person, you're not sure what direction you want to go in your life, get this book, Rise Up. It's going to help you. I can't wait to dig into it and read it myself, but you don't have to go to college. I mean, there's nothing wrong with college. College is great, but I've been trying to tell my daughter that. She's a junior now, going into college in the year after next. And I'm like, you don't have to go to college. She's like, whatever, Mom, I want to go to college. And I think that's great. I mean, she's self-motivated to go to college, but there are other things that you can do to my sweet daughter and anybody else, even after college, you can get your license to be in real estate and mortgages or in insurance or any variety of things.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I can't wait to dig into that. And maybe we'll do a book study. You're definitely coming to speak to at least one of my women's groups so far. I think I have you on the calendar for the Union County Network of Women. Of course, we have one in Western North Carolina, and we have another one in the greater Charlotte area. I'd love to have you on a panel to discuss your entrepreneur journey. So we'll be in touch.
It will be an honor.
I would love that.
I mean, that's my passion. And that's why I highlighted finding your passion, because now that you have identified your passion, your skill set, now, and you've built your business to a certain extent, there's different levels, things of that nature. You have to build upon your passion and your skill set.
That's right.
It's all relative.
The systems, you got to put things in place. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about your journey. So from the very beginning, tell us about your journey into insurance and like, how did it start? What got you interested in insurance?
I was not supposed to be in this business.
Yeah.
Okay, it kind of found me. Okay,
Yeah.
So I was getting some coffee at college, and I think you have to know yourself. I like items. I like, the material girl type.
Yes.
You have to know yourself, your authentic self. And there was a guy who pulled up, and he had a very nice car. I like cars.
Yes. Me too.
And I was like, wow, that car is nice. We were impressed. We were young. Remember, I was in college.
Right.
And I was like, oh, what do you do? And he was like, he gave me his card, and he was in the insurance industry. And so that was one separate incident. The second incident, a few years later, there was a position I applied for it at an insurance position. They called me, and ever since then, I've been excelling in the industry.
That's awesome.
At the top of my game, I've won a lot of awards, and I'm like, it's just sometimes I feel you have to surrender and release and go with the flow. Sometimes you have to let go of control.
Yeah.
Because it's not always going to look how you want it to look or be what you want it to be. But I do like that I build a lot of good relationships. I'm able to assist. I'm able to help. I was born into a family that taught me good ethics as far as how to treat individuals, how to have a good moral compass so that it aligns with my license of having that responsible, good fiduciary responsibility. So my clients are safe.
Right.
So I do the best within, their best interests of finding them a great policy. That's why I'm now, fast forwarded to today, I'm a broker. So I'm able to, they trust that I'm able to find them great policies at great prices.
Okay.
So
talk about being
it's all relative.
What does a broker mean for anybody who wouldn't know?
Well, for my clients, I'm their insurance concierge. So I represent several A-rated insurance carriers. So I'm able to shop their coverages. I insure just about everything: property and casualty, auto and home, life insurance. So I do a lot, business insurance. So I'm able to handle that for them.
Yes.
When they need it.
So I'm a broker too, and that is the same thing. I'm able to shop. So essentially, I am not stuck with just Wells Fargo. If I work for Wells Fargo, instead, I can shop from a variety of different lenders. It doesn't have to be just the one that I work for. Okay, so I'm going to cut right here, but you don't need to do anything. I just noticed that all this beautiful stuff is in the background, and I'm just going to. It'll do it. It'll do it itself. It'll be okay.
You're talking about the stuff that she has on the wall.
Yeah, that's okay though.
Did I wear the wrong dress?
No, you look gorgeous.
Okay. Are you sure my legs are not too showy? Look at the camera over here.
I don't think so, but if you want to scooch in just
camera,
if you feel uncomfortable, scoot in just a little bit. Just your leg, because the big picture here is what this camera is picking up. So it's right here. So if you can see that, so you look good under there. You can't see your leg. If you feel too uncomfortable
over there, okay, it looks a little better with me scooting in. Okay.
Okay. So now since I said the thing about that, and you said the thing about your legs, we can start over and we can do it quick. Would that be good?
That's fine.
Okay.
But it's not too showy, is it?
No, because I'm going to start over because we'll do the whole thing over.
Okay.
I don't think it was too showy anyway, but if you feel more comfortable with starting over, we can.
I mean, I don't know how it look. I don't know.
Well, I think if you felt even that much about your leg being too showy, I think we should just start over.
Okay.
And we'll do it in about half the time.
Okay.
That's fine. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Fully Stoked Podcast. I am your host, Sarah Stokes. And if you've never watched before, by day I am a senior mortgage loan advisor with Coast to Coast Mortgage and Sarah Stokes Home Loans. I love my job. I help people with all their home financing needs, purchasing homes, refinancing, but I really love doing this podcast and introducing people like you to people like my friend Jasmine Walker here. Jasmine is amazing. You are going to really enjoy this podcast. Jasmine is not only an accomplished author, Rise Up by Jasmine Walker. We'll talk about this in just a minute. But she is also an entrepreneur, the principal agent and owner of Brightway Insurance. And she is just fantastic. She's a mom. She is an entrepreneur. She's successful. She's had some ups and downs, but she's written a blueprint here for you. Jasmine, tell us about this book. It's a blueprint for who? Who would benefit from this book?
Anyone who has fear and don't want to take the leap of faith, but know that they have received the intuitive calling into entrepreneurship. I was there, of course, because, we all get in our comfort zone and we don't want to do it, but we have that little nudge, that calling that, okay, I want something greater. Right. So that's my target audience. So just to give them a nudge and just kind of my journey. I built my agency from scratch, my brokerage from scratch. And I had clients over the years ask me, how did I do it? Yeah. What did I do? So it's to assist that target audience.
I mean, clearly, right? So you can take from someone who's actually been on this journey and it was written down for your clients in the past, tips and tricks on how to achieve success as an entrepreneur. And for example, the first chapter here is find your passion. Yeah, that you need that.
It's very important.
The second one is build your skill set. Mm-hmm. And then securing your funding. It's a great layout. It's very intuitive and it's just easy to consume. If anybody wants to do a book study with me, they're about $20 on Amazon, right?
Yes, sold on Amazon.
So Rise Up, Discover Your Passion, Build Your Business by Jasmine Walker. She's right here in the local Charlotte area. Jasmine will be speaking at the Union County Network of Women in the upcoming future, but she's also going to be a guest at a few other events, hopefully in 2020. She has a lot that we can glean from and learn from, so we're excited about having Jasmine. But Jasmine, so tell me a little bit about how you got into insurance and what made you want to be an entrepreneur in the insurance industry? Why didn't you choose, I don't know, designing clothes or something like that?
Well, I've been in the industry for years. I've been successful with the industry. I like the industry. It allows me to help clients build a strong relationship with my clients in the industry. There is a need for more female entrepreneurs in the industry, and not only female entrepreneurs, but minorities. So I was called to be that trendsetter. I have the strength, the ability, and the skill set. But when you receive that call, you have to take that initiative. So I'm here and I'm doing what I have to do to be able to assist in my industry.
So what made you decide to open up a Brightway instead of maybe joining another? Now, you did work for other agencies in the past, right?
I did. And other corporations in the industry. I have a nice resume, and I've been successful with other corporations. Again, I think you have to know yourself and what you can and cannot do. My industry I reached a point in my career where I knew that I could do it. It was just myself holding me back. A lot of time is mental warfare with yourself, fear. So I just had to take that leap of faith.
I love being an entrepreneur. I don't know if you feel the same way because there's freedom. People think, oh, you must be able to go shopping or go to the gym. Yes, I am. Mm-hmm. But I also work till 11:30, 12 o'clock at night when I need to on a Sunday or a Saturday. So there is freedom, but you also have to work very, very hard, right?
Very, very hard all the time. Yeah. All the time. And sacrifice and just being in control of your schedule.
That's right. That's right. Well, I called Jasmine earlier today and she said she had made a very special and an effort to kind of take the day off today. And it is a holiday today. It's a federal holiday. So in my business too, there's not as much going on, but it is nice to take a breath. It is absolutely. And you have to do that. You told me you just have to do that. You have to sort of set boundaries.
I've learned that over the years.
Good tidbits, ladies. That's good information.
And that's definitely one of the tips in my book. You have to, as the years go on, you become better at your craft and life, how to balance everything so that you don't burn out, and you have to invest in yourself so that you can be of service to everyone in your life, whether it be your children, your clients, yourself. everyone, your partner, your husband. You just have to be the best that you can be. In order to do that, who else is going to do it?
That's right. Yeah. So we were talking a little bit about your industry and mine are both sort of men. It's the men's world, right?
It is.
So what are some of the some tough times maybe that you've had to face in this man's world, like early on building your agency?
They've had to see the other side of me. And I wasn't always, I've had to grow to maturity,
Yes.
shall we say. When you're new in business, there's a lot of doubt. You have to establish credibility. You have to demand respect, especially as a woman,
You do.
especially as a minority woman. A lot of times people want to tell you your narrative, and that's based on what they've experienced.
Yeah.
So a lot of time it's just you have to reshape their projection. So that can create an obstacle or barrier. So you have to not be afraid to have that confrontation. So I've had to have some confrontations
Right.
with some folks. Okay. And it hasn't always been pleasant.
Right.
Okay. So, and that's something else that I've written in my book. You know, you have to stand your ground, create rules for your life. Stand 10 toes down. Don't budge on your rules and your regulations for your lifestyle. And you have to demand that respect. And the hardest part, especially for women, as we are out here as entrepreneurs and in business in general, we have to stand firm and respect our boundaries, because if we don't respect them and make others respect them, no one else will.
So boundaries are such an important topic that I am learning about. I've been learning about them for 10 years, but really this last year I've been to several workshops on boundaries and boundaries in business and boundaries as an entrepreneur, boundaries as a woman in business. And I think that is so important. You have to identify your boundaries for yourself first so that you can tell other people what they are too.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, like as a woman, I like to, clean, like you were telling me, you're not cleaning, are you? You know, earlier we left another room. And anyway, but that I have a tendency to kind of, fix things and do things. And at some point you have to say, nope, there's a boundary there. And I needed to tell
the
myself
delegation
that too. Yes,
we want to do everything. I had to learn over the years, because the I'm every woman syndrome.
Yeah.
The I'm every, we have to know there's a place, a time for this and that, who to give to, when to give to, what to give to. So what I've learned, especially if you're new in business, set those ground rules and stand firm on them.
Yes.
So that you'll know that your energy is worth money from day one. From day one.
That's right.
Because everyone, you're new in business, you don't know. No, my money is my time, my energy is currency from day one. So it will save you a lot of time.
Right.
And make people respect you as a woman, as a businesswoman is very important, because you always have to be forward thinking. Where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years? Where do I, so
those are all good.
Exactly. You can't stop, when you open a door and that's it. You're not going to be there in 5 years if that's the case. So you always have to be progressive thinking if you want to succeed.
So I was just thinking, if I was a young woman starting right now in business, I think it would just be really difficult to know, like, well, where are my boundaries and where do I want to be in 5 years? I don't even know where to start. So I think, reading books like this from someone, a seasoned entrepreneur, someone who's been through it. She's walked the walk, talk the talk. She's had highs and lows.
I've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
I've been to the mountaintop. Martin Luther King Day is very serious for me.
Yeah.
Because I know what it is, and I'm still, I still have my struggles. Not to say that I'm perfect, but you have to work on yourself daily.
Yes.
If you don't work on yourself, you won't get where you're going. That's the thing. Okay. It has to be, you have to invest something that is very important, especially as a female entrepreneur. Something that we don't do a lot. And I understand I had to reprogram myself as well. We got to work on us. Yes. We got to work on us. And I understand we give to others. We give to others all the time, but what have you done for you? I don't care if it's just setting an appointment to get a massage or a spa day or getting your hair done, or what have you done for you to better you? Right. What class, what courses, what education, what have you done for you?
That is so good. Do you know what I did last night? I bought $120, 50% off though, okay? $120 masterclass because it was advertised on my Instagram. It kept
See?
coming on, and I was like, I really want that because I want
I
to
love
learn.
it.
I did it.
Exactly.
And I was like, I could use this $120 to buy something for one of my children. I was like, I think I need to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I did it. So I did that for me.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep learning. And like these workshops and book studies and things like that, these are all things that we can do as women. If you're not at a big corporation, right, where they have book studies built in, you can do that as entrepreneurs and in networking and things like that. You can go to workshops.
It's essential.
Yeah.
Designations, just everything to better yourself. Invest in yourself. It is important. It is a requirement.
Well, you were the president, or still are, I'm not sure.
Yes.
Still are.
I am.
Women of Insurance North Carolina chapter, you guys. Okay.
Yes.
So you didn't just do that because your boss was telling you to do it. You did it because you are your boss.
I am the boss.
So tell us about that. How has it shaped you?
It shaped me because I wanted to establish it so that it will connect and empower women, for us to help one another in the industry, to bring us out kind of to the forefront, because I work with so many women in this industry because of all the carriers that I have, so that we can work with each other in the state to connect with each other and network with each other. So I'm excited about it.
So it's well, I have a girlfriend, Shyla, she's an injector. She does the, Botox and all that good stuff. And she says I think that's a tough industry. I don't know if insurance is the same way or not, but it's cutthroat sort of in that industry. But she says that she wants to bring a lot of those owners together because they don't really have anybody else to ask questions to because they're their boss, So is this similar to that? These are women leaders in insurance across North Carolina?
It's similar, but different because it's women of all different types of job titles. So it could be an underwriter. It could be a vice president of a different insurance carrier. So it's just women in the industry because we don't hold a lot of titles in this industry. Our makeup is a small percentage, so it's important for us to come together, have our space, and talk and network and do things to further our career, whether it be discuss designations, networking, what's going on in the industry, how can we help each other. It's very important. Not only that, to help younger women in the industry and to raise awareness that, guess what? This is another route to stability. And this is what I've done throughout my career. Oftentimes when you get into this industry, women stay in this industry for a while.
Right.
It's just, they have the journey of advancement. So just letting women know that, listen, you can still be a wife, you can still, do those other things, you can still be a mother. But if you decide to be in this industry, okay, let us help you. And what is your goal? Let us help you throughout your journey. So it's very important. It is a national organization also, but we're in North Carolina, of course. So
this is the chapter in North Carolina.
It's a chapter in North Carolina.
So what is your leadership? What have you learned from leading others that you maybe could take back or tell any of the viewers here for your business or their business? I think leadership is just an incredible take on life. Once I started stepping into leadership roles, it changed everything for me. It made me more empathic, for sure.
Absolutely.
Do you have any tips, tricks, or lessons that you've learned from being a leader in the North Carolina chapter of Women of Insurance?
Absolutely. You have to exemplify what you want the vision to be. Because if I never taken this role as a president, now it's coming together. I think most leaders are visionaries. We see it, and then we enact it, we execute it, and then it comes together for everyone else.
Wonderful.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So I just think I'm executing it.
Yes.
Now it's coming together, and now, people are becoming members of Women of Insurance, and then 5 years from now, okay, the chapter is built, and that's it. So what I've learned is you have to exemplify what you want your vision to be, and you have to lead by example. You can't play with it. You have to be serious about it.
Okay.
So that others will follow you in that journey. So I'm getting the chapter started. So it's my role, responsibility, and my duty right now to not play about being the president of Women of Insurance. That's my lot right now.
So you're very serious about it.
Very intentional about it.
So if there was someone in insurance who was seeing this and they wanted to learn more about that, would they just go to your website, or I could put your email address on here? How would they reach out?
Absolutely. They would contact me, and we'll go from there.
It's not just for Brightway?
I am the president, so they can contact me through Brightway.
Oh, I mean, it's not just for Brightway Insurance, though. It's for anybody in North Carolina who's in
Absolutely.
insurance.
We connect each other. There's women of all walks of life, all different companies.
Okay.
There are State Farm agents. There's Allstate. It's anyone,
that's
any
great.
woman in the insurance industry. We
love
help
that.
one another
I love it.
because there are opportunities that exist. We network with each other, all for the client health. There are agents who, okay, Jasmine, they'll give me a call. I can't insure this risk. Do you have a market? So that's how we help one another.
Oh, that's great.
So
Yes.
just giving you an example of how it works.
I do that. I do that organically with some other loan originators.
See?
Like I can't do this, but maybe my friend Letty can. So yes, that's
Exactly.
awesome.
We refer one another business. So
That's right.
it's a needed organization.
Yes. All right. So talking about courage, well, taking the leap of faith and going out on your own, courage, obedience, and growth. Okay. So we talked about leadership a little bit, but I just wonder if you ever felt that, what is it called? Like underqualified or imposter syndrome. Did you ever feel like that? I've talked to so many women and they all say that they did at one point. And maybe some still struggle with it, but have you ever felt like that? And how did you push through it if you did?
Absolutely. I think your mindset determines your altitude. Until you change your mindset and how you feel your relationship about who you are, your whole attitude about money, your relationship with money, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. You have to know it starts here,
Right.
your mindset. And I'm a firm believer, don't let anyone write your narrative about you. Why would you? This is your life. I don't allow people to write my narrative. They can try, but guess what? It's about facts and receipts with me. I have the proof. I've won these awards. I've done this. I've done that. So it's important to write your narrative while you're living. We're blessed with time. Be effective with your time here on earth. Write your narrative, write your story while we're here, while you're healthy.
That's a great life advice too, not just work advice. That's
Absolutely. What have you done? I mean, it separates, successful people from unsuccessful people.
Let me share a story about you, Jasmine. This is a great story. Jasmine called me, so the way that it works in our industry is loan originators often call on realtors. That's it, because those are good referrals for me, for what I do. And then oftentimes insurance agents often call on loan originators because we are good referrals for them. So Jasmine just cold called me a couple of times, and probably, we had a short conversation once or twice. But one time she called me and she was just very intentional. And I said, I think I do remember you sending me an email. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. And she said, yes, please do. And I thought, yes, please do. Well, okay, I did. I mean, I was looking for it anyway, but she was intentional about it. That's
Absolutely.
the thing. That's the thing. I liked that you were bold enough to ask me to find the email. I was already finding it.
Red hair don't care.
She asked me to find it, and I thought, wow.
Yeah.
Once I found it, we warmed up together, and obviously we're besties now. So
Yeah.
yes. So anyway, but I love the fact that she's a broker just like me. We found that we had a lot in common.
Yeah.
And we're doing this podcast. I've met somebody who's written a book, another author. I just love meeting authors. I love meeting people that have had to rise up and overcome things.
Absolutely.
And can share with other people. So anyway, I think that was courageous of her, and she did it. She didn't know me from Adam. She didn't know anything about me, but she was bold enough to say, yes, please do go ahead and find that email. And I thought, well, let me stop what I'm doing. I'm going to find it. And I did. And it was
you have
great.
to go after what you want.
Yeah, it was.
Who else is going to do it?
That's right.
I mean,
it's inspiring for me. It is
absolutely.
really inspiring. I do hate cold calling. I do hate it. I don't know anybody. Raise your hand if you like cold calling. Not me.
Cold calling gets a bad rap.
And you should do a class.
It gets a bad rap, but I got to tell you, I mean, I wish I had more time to do it.
Yeah.
But when I do get those opportunities to do it, I buckle down and I do it.
So you time block, I bet. You say, this is my time to cold call.
Exactly. I have to.
I try to do that too.
I have to because, you're not growing.
Yeah.
You have to do, sometimes you got to go back to do the things what grew your business. And you have to make those connections. If you're in person, that's exactly what you're doing. When you go to these networking events, what are you doing? You're cold calling.
That's right.
It's just in person.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Everything is perspective. Everything is perspective.
That's true. That's true.
And
Yeah.
that's in my book too. Ways to, organizations that you join, and you have to give your 60-second commercial.
You do.
Work on yourself and practice it, perfect it.
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you? What purpose can you be for me?
Mm-hmm.
So
true.
you are
That's
your
true.
brand,
Yes.
and
That's
I
right.
I came after you. I wanted to be on your list, and now I'm on your
She is
list.
on my list. That's
So
right.
Brightway Insurance for the clients. Let's
Yeah.
listen. You can't grow no other way. I mean,
That's right. Yeah. So I do
it's
like
about
that
growth.
initiative and the current. And I do find myself needing to do that more and more, and time block also.
Yeah.
There are many things that I can refine in my business, I'm sure, right? I'm sure we can all take a inventory of our business and our day and
Every day we
and
have to work
refine
on
it,
ourselves.
like you said, every
Exactly.
day. But I'm going to read this. I'm sorry I haven't read it prior to this.
Okay.
It's been a little busy, but I'm about to read it today. And maybe I'll add a little tidbit at the end of this.
We are
podcast
blessed
and
that
let you
we
know.
can continue to grow and better ourselves in our businesses.
That's right.
That's the thing, just to be grateful that we have that opportunity to do so.
That's exactly right.
That's it.
Well, I'd like to tell you that Jasmine is an award-winning chili champion. Okay, so tell us about that. So you're a great cook,
Yes.
but chili is where she excels, at least as far as awards. You've won several awards for this. Tell us about your secret ingredients.
Now that's what I struggle with. We like to eat at my house, okay?
Yes.
For my
yes.
kids, now we like to eat.
Okay.
I have to work out and do certain things because we like food. But yes, I have won 3 chili competitions, and
That's a lot.
yeah.
Actually, a
If I
lot.
had more time, I would, enter more competitions, but I am known for certain dishes, certain food
Yeah.
competitions, things. I come from a long line of cooks.
Yes.
So that's our thing. And
chili is the
it's service.
one of them.
It's another
Okay.
form of service,
Yeah.
whether it be your children, your partners. So
That's awesome.
it gives me great joy to see people when they're happy with your food.
Well,
Skill.
it is a skill, and it probably translates into your business as well. You probably have great service
Absolutely.
for your clients.
We have great service, and I'm so happy that I partnered with a great franchise. Brightway is a wonderful franchise, and we do so much we just last year they developed the live chat feature. So I'm so happy. That's a great service option. We have a hub here in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Job opportunities just growing. We're the second largest brokerage in the country.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So there's so much that Brightway is doing. I'm just, I'm fulfilled.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. That's awesome.
It's a great partnership. It's a great company.
Well, so if you want to know more about Jasmine or Brightway or anything like that, you can check the summary below. I'll have all of her information. You can contact her if you want to get in touch with her for the North Carolina chapter of Women in Insurance, or if you need insurance, hey, she's taking clients for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, and I've got a few final advice and encouragement questions for you. Are you ready? All right, what's one thing you wish someone had told you before you started your business?
You hit me with the kicker.
That's a big one.
You're going to send, the big one.
Yes.
You save the best for last. Sneaky, Sarah.
Yes.
But I love it. I would say perfect the art of detachment.
So you mean like when I woke up this morning thinking about a client, I should have not done that. I should have detached.
If you're going to take your journey of being a serious businesswoman who will be in business in 5 years, and Brightway celebrated me when I reached that milestone. If you are going to be in business in 5 years, so when you first open your business, have your mission statement, have, your purpose, what you want to do. If you are serious, please make the bets, because anyone who has been down the road that you are going down will assure you that the individuals that you started with will not be the same individuals in year 5.
That's true.
So perfect the art of detachment, because your purpose is profit based and to be successful in your business. So that has to be the priority.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to shred relationships with others because you are trying to get to that goal. And you have to be strong enough and resilient enough to be able to do that. If you cannot do that, then you are not ready for entrepreneurship. And unfortunately, sometimes those relationships are some of the strongest and closest individuals to you. So everyone has to be aligned with your purpose and respect your purpose. Because when we first started, we both said, listen, you don't have to always just go to school. There are going to be individuals who are doing something different.
Right.
Like you and I in this world, it takes all types.
It does. Yeah.
And, we just have different perspectives.
Right.
There are individuals out here that have different perspectives.
That's right.
So
perfect the art of detachment.
Perfect the art of detachment, especially, I drive this home as a woman. Okay. Especially as a woman, because listen, I've had to reprogram some things, and a lot of things are just in us naturally. We can't help that. Someone's have to be the nurturer. Someone has to.
Right.
But with that nurturing, we got to reprogram to cut certain things off.
That's right.
We have
so
to.
Good.
And we have to stand on the respect. I've had to do certain things I didn't want to do within my business.
Right.
I have to get my attorney involved and have to make, certain decisions that I'm sure male counterparts didn't have to do.
Right.
Only because I have estrogen.
That's good.
So I would say the most important fact is to, again, make those guidelines, stand firm on it, and to reprogram yourself that, okay, I have to stand firm on the art of detachment. I have to be logical in my decision making.
Right. Yeah.
And that it's okay if I want to be in business in 5 years, I have to make those tough decisions.
Exactly.
I can't, if for example, a lot of times if you're not a client, I don't have relationships with you.
Right.
Why?
Well, you just can't be friends with everybody.
Exactly.
There's not enough of you.
I'm only seeing my clients.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not acting different. I just, it's only 8 hours in a day. And, you know what I'm saying? We work a lot, but it's just, so I would say, especially for women, because it's going to, again, and society follows that. They're so used to getting a lot out of women.
Well, and I was going to add to that and say a lot of times it can look like we are a BITCH, but
we have to be sometimes.
But I really, and I'm not saying this, it is cliche. You hear a lot of women in business say that, but it is so true. Sometimes you've got to give a boundary. Yeah. And if somebody doesn't like that boundary, it's like, sorry, I can't help the way that you feel. Yeah. That's a boundary. Okay, goodbye. And it's just, there has to be a boundary. Yeah,
exactly. Has to be.
I love that.
Our energy, our currency, our everything, it's money. Our time, it's money. People have to respect that. And sometimes we have to make people respect that. And sometimes people don't necessarily like that. But guess what? We've spent a lot of money on us. We have to pour into ourselves. We have to do the continuing education. We have to put money into us.
Yeah. So I had a really wise friend of mine tell me one time, I couldn't change. There was a person in my life at one time. I couldn't change the way that person reacted or treated me or whatnot, but I could change how much attention, how much energy I was pouring into that person. So what I could control was pouring my energy into a different area, walking away and doing something different. And I think that's exactly what you're talking about, detaching.
Exactly.
Learn. So good, girl. That's so good.
Learn it early and just, let's say, be professional about it. Always be a professional, because we have to understand that people are emotional.
Yes.
They're emotional, but be professional about it. But just learning where to put your energy. If it does not make a profit, so you can be in business in 5 years, you're wasting your time.
That's right.
And you don't want to do that.
That's right.
Take it serious and just be the person that you want to be.
Yes.
From day one.
Well, you had mentioned that we had talked about, I don't think it was on this shoot, I think it was the other shoot, but as far as, I want to recap that because I think that's important. So you don't have to have a college degree to do what I do, which is a loan originator. You can go and get certified. You obviously need to be trained, well trained. So you would need to work somewhere for several years and understand the business because there are a lot of numbers and a lot of money that is involved, but you don't have to have a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree. And the same thing for insurance, right?
Yes.
Now, insurance is really hard. I've heard it is
Very
probably
complex.
way harder to pass that test than the test that I took. But if you pass the test, and some people study and retake that test several times from what I hear, it is a tough test.
It's a very tough test. But it's also good to get a lot of experience, to get a mentor.
Yes.
It's a journey. If it's something that, if ultimately you want to own an insurance brokerage or an agency, definitely begin your journey. Make a plan.
Absolutely.
That's it.
You can go to college. There's nothing wrong with college. I went to college. She went to college. It's just you don't have to. So I think that's something that's that we didn't put on this one. And I also want to tell you the difference between a brokerage, because Brightway is a brokerage.
Yes.
And so I'm a broker as well. And what does broker mean? Instead of just explain it, I guess, what is the difference between a broker and maybe just somebody who works for, I don't know, North Carolina Farm Bureau or something like that?
Well, years ago, I was a State Farm agent, so I represented that product.
Just State Farm.
I sold just State Farm.
Yeah.
You called me, you were going to get a State Farm policy.
Right.
Okay, that's what I was pushing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked on behalf of the company of State Farm.
Okay.
And that's okay. It's still a good company. I'm not knocking State Farm or anything like that. Now, as a broker, I represent several great insurance carriers. So I work on behalf of my client. I have a relationship with my client. And guess what? Over the years, I maintain that relationship.
Yes.
So when things happen, say, for example, they get canceled, just for example, or say the rate went up so high that they want to switch. My company, Brightway, is outstanding with letting them know about a rate increase. They'll give them a call and let them know, listen, do you want us to shop? I will step in and shop them and let them know what their options are from top rated companies, whether it be Progressive, Safeco, just to name a few. And then I give them the option. So I'm always working in the best interest of my client.
And is it safe to say you have more options than just
Absolutely.
one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Same for me as a broker. Okay. Last question. You got to tell us what Empress. You are an Empress. I love your necklace. It's beautiful.
Self-made woman.
That's awesome.
Self-made woman. Absolutely.
It's a good
Because
reminder.
again, I was my first client.
Really? It's wonderful.
Believe me, like I said, when I say I've been to the mountaintop, I've had to go through a lot of different obstacles to get to where I'm at now. And now I'm happy to say that my agency is $1 million agency.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Wow. It was a beautiful office.
Thank you.
Beautiful lady, beautiful person.
I have worked and I continue to work.
Of information. I think we will be doing a book study in some of my groups. And stay tuned because Jasmine will be speaking at some events coming up. Check us out on social media. I've got all of her social media handles below. You can follow her and like this and share this, comment if you have any questions. And until next time, we'll see you for the next Entrepreneur Podcast.